slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever.
Hello, welcome back to the 11th episode of the Unlikely Friends podcast. Today we have definitely my favorite guest of all time, definitely my favorite person of all time, Mr. Trevor, my husband. So excited to have you here with me and Jeremy and filming, and we're so glad you could be a part of this exciting journey that you've kind of been behind the scenes on this whole time.
A lot of it, yeah.
Jer, this is kind of a weird setup. So, forgive us. This is our first time filming this way where two of us are here and together, and then Jeremy's unfortunately in Minnesota, but
Yes, sadly.
We're going to do what we can to make this work.
I'm away from all of my friends and the weather sucks up here, so nah.
I know. It's extra bad points for you.
Summer's around the corner, though.
Advisory tonight. We're in a wind advisory tonight. So stupid.
Ooh. Well, so our weather has been really crazy here. And we had Monday, it was 53 degrees. Tuesday morning, I woke up to get ready for work. The ground was completely covered in snow.
Probably a solid inch of snow that developed while I was driving my hour drive to work.
Yeah. And then by noon, all the snow was gone and it was 53 degrees.
Yeah, I went from wearing bibs and a hoodie and a jacket to a short sleeve t-shirt by 1 o'clock.
Make it make sense. I really genuinely do not understand it at all, but here we are.
The trip
even on the trip.
The weather was so manic on the trip, even it's end of December, mid-end of December, and the first day we're there, we're shooting baskets outside.
Yeah. And it was nice outside.
Within 2
Nick
days,
had a
there's
short
ice
sleeve
on
shirt
the deck. The deck of the fucking Airbnb is just glare ice. What do you mean?
Yeah.
What kind of weather is this?
The weather here is so strange. It literally does this all the time. Every single year, I'm just oh, it's spring. Oh, it's winter. Oh, wait, it's spring. Oh, wait, it's fall now. I don't understand. It's just, it's insane.
It's one day, it's hey, we're going to go for a motorcycle ride. Then the next day, hey, will you go shovel the driveway?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sometimes probably during that motorcycle ride.
Yeah.
We've done that also.
Yeah, we've done that. He made me do a polar bear ride one year for New Year's Day. They do this polar bear ride thing. And so it was when I was still working at Drake's, and I did inventory on Mondays, and New Year's Day was on a Monday that year. He's got something in his mouth.
I'm not worried about it.
Okay. And so Bear is here with us, obviously.
Yes.
And so
I'm sleeping on the couch. Right there.
I wish. So I get done with inventory. So I'm there at 5 a.m. for inventory. Okay. I hadn't eaten anything. I get home from inventory. Trevor's like, all right, let's load up. We got to go. We're meeting our friends to go on this ride. And I was like, okay, are you feeding me? And he was like, yeah, we're going to go ride for a little bit and then we'll go eat. Little did I know it was a 4.5 hour ride and then we go eat. So I haven't eaten anything all day.
It was a quick and easy 50 miles.
50 miles. So I hadn't eaten all day. It's raining / sleeting, snow sleeting.
Solid.
We're on the bike. I do not have the proper winter gear to be on this bike. I'm freezing cold.
She made the conscientious decision. I said, why don't you put your bibs on and you'll be warm? She goes, nah, jeans and leggings underneath will be fine.
I was not correct. It was not fine.
I was wearing bibs and a nice jacket and everything else.
Nice and warm, chilling on that ride.
I was huddled behind Trevor on the bike, dying. It was horrible. I was so cold. And then we finally get to dinner because I literally looked at our friends that were on the bike next to us and I said, I leaned forward and I said to Trevor, if you don't take me to dinner in 5 minutes, I'm jumping off the back of this bike. I'm done. I was so hungry. I was so cold. I was soaking wet. recipe for absolute disaster.
How long
I was
ago did this
pissed.
happen?
It's fun.
How long ago did
This was
this
like
happen?
not this past
2 years ago.
New Year's, but it was like the New Year's before.
There was too much
Right,
snow
so
this
it's
year to
pretty
where we
recent.
weren't able to ride. So
I still feel Courtney's feelings about it from over here.
Yeah, well, our friends this year were like, "We're gonna do the polar bear ride again." And I said, "Y'all got me fucked up. You can do the polar bear ride. I will not be joining."
I'd do it
You
again in
saw
a
that was
heartbeat.
coming.
Yeah, I will not be. You guys want me to meet you for dinner? Wherever you guys end up, I'll meet you for dinner.
I mean, given at the same time too, last year I did a lot of riding too. Me and my dad went on a big long motorcycle trip, and for 80 miles, 2 hours worth of riding, we were in hailing and pouring down rain. So I figured being a little bit cold and wet's not too bad.
Not compared to that, no. We just eat
No.
bugs up here on motorcycles. That's all we do on motorcycles up here.
Well, the
Nobody
state
rides in
bird
the
of
winter.
Minnesota is the mosquito, so
Yeah,
you know, there's
for
that
sure
part.
is.
Yeah.
For sure is.
Lots of lakes
All the
up
bugs
there.
are dead
Yeah.
for half the year up here, though. So
Well, that's good.
Well, yeah, because I mean they can't move because they're frozen.
exactly. That's the only pro to be living up here
Yeah.
during the winters. There's zero bugs ever.
So, Trevor,
Yes.
you're in the hot seat. How do you feel about that? Like, how does it feel? Like, what's it like to like be here with me on the podcast? Not just me,
I
us,
mean-
obviously, but like,
Comparatively, I guess, the last time I was sitting over yonder trying to be as quiet as I could and, had a couple funny moments, I guess.
yeah, like
Where
when he,
I thought it was hilarious.
like when he farted and thought that it would be audible and it wasn't.
But, I mean,
That was
interesting.
such a good end to the. Our podcast had such a great ending because it led straight from like Trevor ripping ass to me saying like, "Well, we need to end this by me taking a piss," pretty much. Like it was.
Yeah, like that was just like it got really chaotic really fast, actually.
It can happen, though. I mean,
Yeah,
So,
it was accidental.
yeah, for sure. Maybe, I don't know. Was it accidental? I feel like, I don't know. I feel like maybe you two got together beforehand and you were like, how can we sabotage this
no.
to make Courtney have to reel it back
It
in?
wasn't that. That was completely accidental. I was trying to be quiet. Turned out to be not quiet. I am a typical man and thought that it was absolutely hilarious.
Hilarious.
Like I said, the entire couch was just like shaking.
Oh yeah, that's a belly laugh. That's for sure a belly
Oh, I
laugh.
had a-
at that point.
His
had a
face was
muted-
blood red.
It was a
Yeah.
muted belly laugh.
Which are worse? Those shake shit even more. Like I'm sure the couch was just going up and down.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm trying to hold it in, but I was just dying of laughter.
God, I just like, whatever. Anyway, this is my life, guys. I'm usually like surrounded by boys all the time. I live with two of them. And then
1.5.
my co-host / best friend / live partner is like the other one. And there's more boys in our group than there are girls. I'm just like outnumbered big time. So if you're out there and you're watching this and you're a female, please come join our
Boys are
lives.
dwindling fast in the group, Court.
That is a good point. The boys are dwindling kind of
The
fast.
girls are
Dropping like
catching up
flies.
quick.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You've actually been hanging out with the girls a lot on your lives because you've been going so late. And we have so many like
Which is crazy
girls that
to
stay
me.
up so late.
Yeah.
And or is Jeremy next?
Is Jeremy next? What do you mean?
It's just a joke.
Oh, dropping out? Oh my God. I hope not. That would be a
Nobody
really
let
like
me.
quick end to the podcast. I would hate that.
Well, I'd
Yeah,
never
you'd have to
quit the
change the name
podcast.
to No More Friends.
Yeah, the No Friends podcast. I would just be me. I would hate that. That would be awful. It would just be a vlog at that point.
The driest podcast ever.
The driest. I wouldn't even know what to talk. I like barely can go live by myself, let alone film an entire episode of a podcast by myself. Could you
Feel
imagine?
that. I feel that.
I don't know. Maybe I could do. I could probably do it because I would like force myself to, but like I would hate it.
I guess the
I
only
think
thing
it's hard
is
to
like
not have a
like you said,
conversation with anybody. If you're
Yeah.
on by yourself, like having it's different during a live because there's a chat.
Right.
but like that's
You
where the
know,
vlog comes in because like in all reality, if we walked around and you looked at people vlogging, you're like, what a loser. He's
Yeah.
just over there talking to himself. And then you go to his YouTube channel, you're like, why does he have 17 million followers?
No, literally.
Right,
Like that's the
right.
crazy thing to me is I like always just thought like how do people do this? But then like I did my solo live today and I was like, "Oh wait, this actually wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be and I felt a lot more comfortable than I thought I would." Which is good,
Yes.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how I really feel about it if I'm being honest with you.
How do you
I
feel
never
being
really
on here
know
with
how I
your
feel about
husband?
it.
How does it make
It's
you feel being on here with Trev?
I'm so excited to have Trevor here because I feel like one and we've like kind of talked about this how like when I got a new job you know like my old job I was working such crazy hours, my hours were
Yeah,
like so flip-flopped and so I didn't get to spend a lot of time with Trevor. Like I was lucky
right.
if I'd see him 2 days a week even. Like I would be coming home from work and he would be getting up a couple hours later to go to work and then he would go to work and I'd be still sleeping and then
Yep.
I'd be home alone for a couple hours during the day till I went back to work. So like having him here with me now and like doing something that like we've like worked so hard on and having him here now and knowing that like our relationship has gotten so much better since we've um
Well,
both changed jobs
you,
and now we're on like basically
yeah,
the same
I was gonna
schedule.
say you both recently changed jobs, right?
He did,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
so and now we're on the same day, like we have all the same days off. Our schedule's only like an hour or two difference in like when he gets home to when I get home. So we
Yep,
have dinner
yep.
together every night. We're hanging out more. We're like, you know, just much more together, which is great. So having him here when like this is something, you know, like we've been working on, this is like our little passion project. And so having him be a part of it is like so exciting for me.
Yeah, yeah. How about you,
And
Trev?
I'm so
Trev, what's been the
Do what?
biggest change? What's been the biggest change for you in all this, having her home more often?
I mean, it's just kind of like divide. I know this seems goofy, but dividing our time at times where like I want to watch my YouTube shows or play video games, and she's like, I'm fine with like sitting behind you watching or doing my diamond prints and
Yeah.
artwork and stuff like that. To where before it was like, I'm just gonna watch this show. So like that part's kind of nice to where we get to spend time with each other, but be doing two different things.
yeah, because like
Sure.
before where
Sure.
we were like fighting, like every moment that we had to take advantage of.
Yeah.
Now we almost are like, okay, like I'm just gonna go like hang out in our bedroom for a little bit and like watch my show while you're out on the couch in the living room, like watching your YouTube or whatever. So now
Yeah.
it's like we almost have to find time to like be apart.
Yeah, like we both have our kind of decompression rituals, but like
Yep.
I guess the biggest challenge for me right now is that like I get home normally on most days about an hour and a half to 2 hours before she does. So like I'm good and wound down from the day and I'm like, all right, cool, I'm ready to like hang out with you. And she's like, I need a minute.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
that's
Has that
still
hour by
like,
herself too, where you've already had it, I
Yeah.
yeah,
suppose. Sure.
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, so that's just been like kind of an adjustment, but like I think we've kind of figured out like our we've had like a month and
Well,
a half now to like figure out our routine, our day-to-day routine, and I think we've done a really good job of doing that and like
Mm-hmm.
from the
respecting
time
each
I
other's
met you guys,
time.
from the time I met you guys to now, like it seems like a whole different kind of marriage. Really.
Oh,
Like
I would
Yeah,
where you guys are
I would
doing
some
say.
so
aspects,
much
yes.
more
Yeah.
together. You guys are so much more active together, like doing stuff. It's like
Yeah.
there's a lot more Trev and Courtney instead of Trev doing something, Courtney doing something because you guys do what you have time for. And now you
Oh
Right.
got
yeah.
way more time for each other and around each other. I mean,
Yeah.
that's got to be nice. That's got to be a cool change for both of you.
Oh, it's
Oh yeah,
great.
it's fantastic because
Yeah.
like I mean before it was, you know, she if she worked a weekend at my old job, you know, I worked every Sunday. So it was like she'd be off pretty much every Sunday or at least have the groovy shift every Sunday.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, well, I guess I'll see you on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And now
Right.
it's like,
Right.
and now both of us have the weekends off. And I'm like, well, I guess Sunday I'm gonna go do something and like, oh, I'll stay at the house.
Like he's going
Right.
golfing this Sunday, and it's like he's like, "Are you okay with it?" And I'm like, "Trevor, we don't have to fight for time anymore. Like
Right.
I'm
Right.
fine with it. Like you're allowed to go do things, and like I can go like to out to eat with my girlfriends and not feel guilty about having the night
As
off and being able to like go do something. Because before it was like, my friends would want to do something, but because it was like the only day that week that I had off, I'd be like, I'm
sure.
sorry, Trev. Like, I feel bad, like, going out to dinner with my friends because it's the only night I have with you. You know what I mean? So it was like,
Yeah.
it was hard because then I'm
Is
like,
that
well,
part of like is that maybe the best part of what's going on is that you guys have so much time for each other now that you guys both feel more of a freedom of like doing
yeah,
things
Oh yeah,
outside of the relationship too,
I
yeah,
would say over the last
you
three
know?
months, both of us have done a bunch together, and both of us
Yeah.
have been able to do more with our friends and kind of go and experience a few different things too, just because we have every evening together. And we're like, okay, well,
Yeah.
we hung out all week. I'm going
Yeah.
to go hang out with my buddies on Saturday. And she's like, cool, I'm going to go hang out with
There's no fight
my
for
friends
time
on
anymore.
Saturday. Or,
There's no
yeah, or
fight
I'm
for
going to
time.
go
right.
to
So
a
you guys can
craft
kind
fair
of
with
do
mom.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure. No, that's
Like
got to be
Sunday, I was
nice.
gone
Like
all day Sunday, and
yeah.
I didn't even feel bad about it because I knew that like at the end of the night we were going to bed at the same, because that was the other big thing too, is like we never went to bed at the same time
Mm-hmm.
because my sleep
No.
schedule was so screwed up. I was going to bed at two,
A lot
three,
of
four
times
o'clock in the
you'd be
morning.
getting home at about the time he was like just going to bed a lot of times when you were getting home, if not already in bed when you were getting
If
home.
not long already in bed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I didn't even get to say goodnight to him.
Yep.
And I'm up for hours later. And then he's getting up and I'm like passed out. You know what I mean? So now it's like we're going to bed every night at the same time. And we get to have that like decompression of the day where we talk about like the last few things we need to talk about before we go to bed. Like,
Sure,
oh,
sure,
we got this going
sure.
on tomorrow or whatever. On weekend mornings, my favorite parts of my weekends are when we wake up, we spend about an hour just like laying in bed and like chit chatting about whatever. And that's kind of, or like planning out our day and being like, hey, we got to go here, here, and here, or whatever it is. So that's
Yeah.
kind of been
Yeah.
my favorite part, honestly, is like those like end of day and beginning of day, like moments that we get now on the weekends, which is great. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's been fun.
I can wake her up at 6:50 in the morning when I'm getting ready to walk out the door, and she's not mad about it because she was up until 4 o'clock in the morning the night before.
Right.
Right,
So like
right.
he used to always like kiss me goodbye in the mornings,
Yeah.
but he would like just like kiss my forehead because he didn't want to wake me up. But like sometimes it would wake me up and I'd be like, I just fell asleep,
What the
like pissed
fuck?
off.
You
Yeah.
knew I
But
was up
now
late.
when he's leaving, it's like my 20, 30 minutes before I have to get up and start getting ready to
Yeah,
go to
so you
work.
don't mind nearly as much.
So I'm like happy about it because he's like actually
Yeah.
waking me up for the day and I don't get woken up by a harsh alarm. So
Right.
that's kind of nice.
Right.
But yeah, it's been a really, honestly, a great change. And anybody who, I said this in, I think it was Angelina's episode, anyone who is a career bartender, like I give you all the props in the world. Anybody who's a career like restaurant worker, I give you all the props in the world. But some people just aren't built for it. And I will say, like, unless both of you are in a field where your hours are screwed
Fucked
up
up.
like that,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like
it's not healthy. And there were so many things that we would argue about that were just silly.
I think the only
But
time that our schedules ever lined up is when I worked at the jail.
yeah,
That was the
Sure.
only time frame and when it happened.
and
So,
when it worked, because we were also a lot younger then too.
well, yeah,
So like
so
we were more like wanting to go out. so our schedules were fine because we'd be like, okay, we're gonna go out. Now it's like getting him out past a certain time is like impossible.
Oh, if she looked at me today and said, "We're going out at 9 o'clock," I'd say, "No, the fuck, we're not."
If anybody
Right.
said that to me too, though, I would also say no, the fuck we're
I'm
not,
like,
because I'm like so tired.
Shit,
by
I
7:30
9 o'clock.
stay
sounds
up
good for dinner,
all
and
night.
Yeah.
we stay out
I'll
till
be like
11.
after 9. Gross. What?
Yeah, like okay, that's the thing. Like I think it was like last year, Ange had her birthday party, and she
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah, we're all meeting at the bar at 9:30." And I said, "Respectfully, I love you. I will not be coming." Well, I think I also had to work at the time too, but like even when
Sure.
I was working super late, I'm like, if I'm home and I'm like home, if my bra is off before
Night's done.
9:30 at
Night's
night, I'm never putting that thing back on.
See, that's the thing
right.
for me is when you go out late like that, it's always like we're going out at 9:30. But in
Mm.
all reality, you get bored. So like you're dressed and ready by like 7:30. So now you're sitting on the couch and you're like, God, I just want to go. I just want to get out of the house. Come on, guys. When are we leaving?
And then by 9:30, you're like, yeah, I don't want to go anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Right.
Tell me you're old without telling me you're old.
I know. It's a harsh
You ain't
realization,
gotta
but
talk to me
honestly,
about being old. I know all about being old.
I think we'll get a kickback at like 40 to where like we'll be like, yeah, we're going out at 9:30,
except
guys.
our kids are gonna like if we have kids now, like we're gonna have little ones like Jeremy does at 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not
Yeah.
our kickback's gonna be at like 60
No,
when our
if we
kids are
have-
like old enough to be out of the house, and then we're gonna be like raging
Yeah, but if we
grandmas.
have,
Kickback's actual
a
retirement
baby
age.
within the
Yeah.
next year or so, I'd say, that's 10 years. 10 years old, they can watch themselves, right?
Yeah.
I like
At
the way this
10. I mean, I think in the state of Kentucky, I think it's like they're 12.
I mean, they should already have a job at that point, but
No freeloaders here.
No.
No
No.
freeloaders
You're
allowed.
10 years old, you're not contributing. I mean, what are you doing?
Look at him.
Oh, I see him. He's nibbing.
Bear has the nibs bad right now. He's itching. And he is just nibbing on his arm so
He's
bad.
chewing on his Duke ball.
God bless him. Look at him. What are you
Trev,
doing,
I have
stupid?
a unique question that I get to ask you that I don't get to ask anybody else.
Okay.
Being married to Court, how have you felt about kind of watching from the outside her TikTok journey, the people she's gotten involved with, the whole like trailer park thing? You've obviously watched it beginning to now, and we're very much a part of the trip. At least for me, you're very much part of my trip. I got to hang out with you a few different times. But like,
Get down.
what's been what have you
It's-
seen? What have you seen through all this? This is kind of a unique perspective I get on this because you're not always in boxes with us. You come in every once in a while, but you really started to come in when she was in the hospital with her gallbladder. You started coming in more often, like around that time. But
Yeah,
how
I mean,
did
it's been
you feel like going into this?
it's been interesting. I can say that much because from the beginning, it was like just kind of an idea of a way to publish a book, and I'm like, oh yeah, that would be great. And then it was like, there were points of ups and downs where I'm like, oh, I just want to hang out with you, and all these other people want to hang out with you. But like, I don't know, it's just been different. Of like a best way I can put it is kind of like your whole life is being videotaped, but not.
Right.
But you're fine with
Right.
it. If that makes sense.
Like like it's like on display.
There's you're a lot more public about things sitting inside your house and the dog barking and stuff like that to where other people hear you. So it's kind of like, I don't know, that part is just weird to me because I'm like, how do these people know me on the internet and I've never met them?
Right.
Yeah.
But also, I think too, and we've definitely talked about this where like I think it was with Nick. I think when we interviewed Nick, this is when we talked about it, where at first, like, of course, any man whose wife is in boxes with other men or like, and like I said, like you said,
predominantly males, and he doesn't know any of them. And
Right.
they're
Of course
obviously like
there was
the internet is
question
notorious.
then.
The internet is notorious for sleazeballs.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, and that was like my theory too, is, because we've all been on TikTok. We
Right.
see the things people post, the things that go trending.
We see
You're
the
kind of
things
like,
that
oh,
on people's posts.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I
I
mean, I've
mean,
had a couple that like I've had comments where I've had to like delete the comments or whatever, just like
Little thirsty
not
Thursday
even just like
comments.
out of respect for him, but out of respect for myself too, where I've just been
Yeah,
like,
for
no, we're
sure.
not doing
For
that,
sure.
But I also think too, it took a lot of us having conversations. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking for you because this was your question, but it took a lot of me and him having conversations to where I'd be like,
You guys
I
obviously had trust built. You guys obviously had a very high level of trust built between the two of you by the time she starts going live. Where
right.
yeah,
you're
I
at
mean,
least,
it
where you're at
was
least like, I know you'll make good decisions for yourself. Kind of if you need
Right.
me, come get me type of a situation is
a,
kind
a
of
lot of it is like, were there struggles? Yes, absolutely. The
sure.
big thing and I love my wife dearly, but she does not understand when people, one, are hitting on her, and
No,
two, are flirting with her.
I'm really
And I'm
dumb.
like, I'm going, did you not hear what he just said? And she's like, what? He was just talking about something. I'm like, no, Jesus.
And like that's the thing too though, but like and I explained this to Trevor like early on. I know I'm so dumb when it comes to that shit, honestly. Like even Trevor sometimes like he'll say something to me and it'll be like flirty and I'm just like, yeah, whatever, and like don't even realize that he's flirting with me, and then I'm like,
Right,
oh wait,
right.
that was like flirty and funny. I think I'm just like oblivious to that shit. But
I mean,
there
same.
was a
I get
couple
it. I
times,
totally get it.
and I told him like early on, like that's why you have moderators in your life. And thank God that I have some of the moderators I do, because like, for example, producer Carrot, who is not here with us today, he's got his kids this weekend, so he's hanging out with them. But he is like so quick to, if someone says something in any of our lives, he's like, nope, and drops them or like blocks them or whatever he has to do to take care of the situation. Nick is
Yeah.
also like number one moderator, like will take care of the situation so fast. And I think at first he was like really uncomfortable with some of it because like a troll would come in and be like, hey, Courtney, da 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 da. And Trevor would be like, his head would whip around so fast. And I would
Oh,
be
yeah.
too
I
quick to
mean,
like react. Like, what? Or the time
Yeah.
that guy like flashed his, his private parts in my live. And we were
Yeah.
all like, what do we do? Like, people just do stuff like that. And so like at first both of us kind of being new to TikTok, obviously like we both like started kind of around the same time.
We were within a
He was
month
like,
starting each other. Like we started lives
right.
within a month of each other
And he
for
had
sure.
like never watched lives when I started going live. Like it just wasn't something
I
he
didn't
did on
watch it live
TikTok.
before I started going live, other than maybe a couple.
Right.
I
So,
wouldn't do that. Like, so the way I can preface it is like, I'm big into watching like YouTubers and things like
Same,
that. So
same.
that's what I would watch. So like lives didn't appeal to me. I kind of like the vlog aspect of things and the chit chat and things like that
Well, I thought it was
versus
capital
like,
R. Even when I started, I kind of was like, "Oh, this is capital R." I don't
uh-oh,
know how this
uh-oh,
is gonna
uh-oh,
go.
uh-oh.
Oh
Bear,
snap!
hold on. Bear got caught up in the cord. Okay. Jeez, Pete's on the freaking ring light.
shake cam.
So when like obviously I was new to it, he was new to it, you know.
Yeah,
So he didn't understand like the moderators.
sure.
So like explaining to him like, yeah, someone might say something and I might not understand it, but that's why I have 4 or 5 people in my lives that if they hear it or see it in the chat, they can get them out right away. And I also had to explain that like to my mom, and my mom's like, well, like people are weird on the internet,
Yes.
how do you control that um
I guess the other
and
thing,
stay appropriate, because like his mom follows me on TikTok. So
Yeah,
like his mom sees me live, and if something is
sure.
going on that like, or like his friends, like if any of them see that and then it looks bad on me and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not the one doing anything, it's someone else saying something or doing something. That's why I have people
Right.
in the lives to like handle that or deal with it. He's got garbage in his mouth. He just stuck his whole head in the garbage can and pulled garbage out. And
Beautiful.
he's back on board. All right.
Okay, he's getting booted.
He's getting booted. Hold on. We're going to take a brief intermission. And I'm going to go put him upstairs and you and Jeremy can continue to chat.
Okay.
I'll be right back. All right, come on, buddy. Come on.
The biggest thing too that is a little bit of a struggle, I would say too, is like I'm very much ears open, mouth shut, ears open on a lot of things. So I hear things that most other people don't.
Naturally,
so like
as
that
like
part is
you're coming out of like being a correctional officer too, like that kind of a job in life tends to like definitely produce things like that.
With that, I will say that career for a little bit that I did work in it kind of gives you a perspective on how to read individuals and hear individuals.
Absolutely.
Eyes open, ears open. You kind of you observe the world differently. You get to live a little bit quieter, but at the same time know everything that's going on in some ways, but
Well, absolutely. I mean, we all get food, but it's kind of like you said, living in that, like it does make you live with your eyes and your ears open more, even when even afterwards, even after you're done with a job like that. Well, even me being a convict, you have to have your eyes and ears open at all times. It's an unsafe environment, so like when you're watching and listening to these people going live with your wife, I'm sure that a lot of that is like kind of going in your head. Like what kind of people are these people that my wife is talking to?
And that's kind of a little bit of it too, is because like, I've seen every single walk of this earth, I can honestly say.
Yeah.
I mean, in all reality, I've seen everybody from, your typical guy who just likes to drink too much all the way up to the guy who, unalives people, So with that part, I've kind of seen a lot of walks of life.
Sure.
Gives you an experience.
Now,
also gives you a customer service voice.
Yeah, there's that. Do you think it helped having met most of everyone in person? Like the people I was going live with on the daily basis, like Jeremy and like Nick and, all those people. Do you think meeting them in person, like made it better almost? Like kind of solidified like, oh, okay, they're not here for the bad reasons. They're here because they genuinely just want to be like.
In person could have made anything better. I saw myself in person and experienced myself in person, and I don't know how that would have made anything better.
Well, there's the vein Jeremy coming out.
Does it make it easier? Yes, but it's originally it was a little bit weird at first because I'm like, well, I don't know these people and they're all coming here, and I've only because at the time, like, I had come into a few lives here or there and chit chatted while you were on the phone or whatever, but like, I'm not the one who was talking to them every single day to where at first I was kind of like, well, it's kind of weird. I don't really know these people, and you do, but like, I don't.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I felt better once I started to get to know some of the people, and, it's been just a little bit of a change because now there are more people here than there were before. So.
Yeah. But how do you feel about that? That's kind of fun,
from TikTok, and it all started with TikTok.
Yeah, it's interesting. It kind of broadens your horizon of people you meet in the world, kind of pulls you to different areas, especially when they kind of live in different areas.
Unlikely friends.
Yeah, but of all things, the little pun master over here, I'm always a social person. You can ask her anywhere we go. Somehow I either make a friend or know somebody.
It's actually like kind of annoying sometimes.
Feel that?
Like it's one of the things I love most about him, but then I also like we can't go anywhere without Trevor having a 45-minute conversation with one person, and I'm like, oh my god, I just want to go home.
I grew up with a dad like that, as you've experienced, Courtney.
Yes,
that's where I
like my dad
from myself
like,
also.
I'll talk to anybody, and I'm just like, nope, I can't, and I won't.
That's how his dad and my dad all are too. So it's funny, like I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna run over to mom and dad's real quick and like pick something up or whatever. And like he'll come with me. And sometimes I'm like, no, I'm going by myself because I know if you come over, you and my dad are talking
4
in the
hours.
driveway for an hour and a half. And we don't have time for that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like we just simply don't. Like this is a quick errand. I'm running over because me and my mom, like, we'll bullshit. You know what I mean? Like we'll sit and chit chat, whatever. But I know when to like, okay, mom, I gotta go get shit done.
Right.
And she's like, all right, yep, get out of my house, go. And then like I'll just call her later, we'll talk, whatever. But like, oh my God, him and my dad, or him and his dad, or him and his brother, or him and our friend, like our other friend, they just like they're all just chatty Cathys. And like I said, I love it because nobody has met my husband and like not liked him.
Sure.
Not that I've met. Like nobody like in my life has met you and been like, Courtney's husband sucks.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
I guess. I don't know. People could hate me. I have not a clue.
Because you just like don't suck. Like you're just like a really nice person and like you get along with everybody and everybody likes you.
What was it that I said the other day? I am the most unliked friendly person in the world.
But you're not
Or
unliked
something
by
like
like
what was it? It was like I'm
Humble
the
is what you are. That's what
I guess
what
it
makes
was
it's the
that's
humble
what it was.
shit.
I'm the friendliest asshole you've ever met.
Yeah.
I've been called that too.
Yeah, he is a friendly
That's
asshole.
why I like you. That is why I like you. That's 100%
Because
why
like
I've
if
always got
someone were to like mess with me or like mess with him, like he's not afraid to stick up for himself. He's not afraid to like defend my honor or anything like that.
Right.
But for the most part, like it's not like we encounter people on a day-to-day basis who want to like be shitty and disrespectful. So like for the most part, I think we're kind of both like that, honestly.
In ways, yeah. I mean, I
think I'm meaner than you are, for sure. Like I'm definitely the mean one out of the two of us.
I was gonna go total opposite.
times.
I was gonna go total
no,
opposite.
I'm definitely the mean one.
Here's the thing: is I like to pride myself on being the most polite asshole possible. Because I can make you feel like you're this big, and you're like, that was the most professional thing I ever heard.
I'm more confrontational than Trevor is, I think.
Oh no, I won't argue.
You're also willing to give people. I think you're willing to give people more chances than Trevor is.
Yeah.
Oh no, I am probably the most cut and dry person out there. You get one chance, you mess it up, you'll never see me again.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
And I'm like, oh, you hurt me? You have 47 more chances to continue to hurt me.
Yeah.
Just like a cat.
And that's
9 lives.
That's actually probably the biggest reason you guys even each other out is that exact thing right there is like that's one of like the things that evens each other out in your relationship.
For sure. Absolutely. I would say that that's probably very valid.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I think that like I like to pretend that I'm like blissfully unaware. Like when I'm with Trevor, like when we like go out somewhere or something, I'm just like dee like existing. And Trevor's like, I asked him the other day, I saw this TikTok and I showed him and I was like, is this really what it's like? Where it's like, it was like man's perspective and it was like, all right, left corner, man, bald headed, blue eyes. He is not a threat. This guy, he could be a threat. This guy, he could be a threat. And then like the girlfriend's just like dee, like walking through. And I was like, is this what it's like for you? Because 100% that's what it's like for me. Where I'm just like unaware because I know that he's got it.
Oh, sure. I'm just in constant observation mode.
Hyper aware.
Yeah.
You know, it's just how I live. I mean, hell, I was talking to one of my leads at work today. He calls me up and I'm driving and he's like, I was talking to my wife about this, that how when we're driving in these service trucks, we got cameras on us at all times, so we can't like play on our phone or anything like that. He goes, when you put your phone down and you really start paying attention to everybody else on the road, they're oblivious. Everybody around you is oblivious of how many people are up on their phones, switching lanes, hitting walls, hitting tires, hitting everything. And you're just watching it all like nobody knows how to drive in this city.
Yeah. And that's sad. That's a sad realization.
Yeah. I mean, like,
That's actually really scary.
You like it, in all reality, if you drove in a car and you couldn't, if I told you you're going to go straight to jail if you pick up your phone at all and you just set it down and start paying attention to everybody else, you would be terrified.
Yeah,
You would be terrified at the people who are around you.
Probably.
Because I know it sounds bad. We all do it in our personal cars.
Sure.
If you didn't pick up your phone at all and you were really like, all right, I'm honed in on what's going on around me, you would be terrified.
I'm gonna have to try. I'm gonna have to give that a go ski. See how
Yeah.
that works.
Thank God I don't
What's
drive
even
now.
worse, Jeremy, is in your case, the buses. Oh, don't even get me started on that. They have automated steering.
That's how bad that could be. I experienced every which way how bad that could be.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, his trip down here was not.
I would not be riding them. It's dangerous.
I mean, I'm honestly probably just taking a 5-day walk places.
A 5-day walk? Right. Where are you going to go? 4 blocks?
Who knows? How do you know I'm such a slow walker, man?
Well, you live in Minnesota. You're used to the snow.
You gotta like climb through. Also, he has really met you in person.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not really that fast of a mover in person either.
He buffers while he walks.
Yeah, it's just like a constant loading bar on Jeremy.
Yeah. I'm sure if anybody's lost all, can yeah, I can hear everybody.
No, can you hear Bear?
Oh no.
Okay, he's barking. I just don't want it to
Well, it's because we're in our
soundproof basement. That's not really that soundproof.
I thought you meant Trev. I was like, well, of course I can hear you. I could hear him.
Yeah, no, I was talking about Bear because he's barking so loud up there. But okay, so kind of regrouping because we haven't obviously I know everything about you because I'm married to you and I live with you and we've been together for 7 years.
Do you?
Do I not? Is this the time that you're going to tell me?
Did you grow up in that area?
You might learn something new.
So yeah, tell our viewers.
Are you from that area originally?
Yes, I grew up literally a mile from where we are right now.
He grew up we grew up 2 miles from each other and didn't meet until 8 years ago.
Yeah. So
isn't it crazy?
8 years ago, I've lived in this area, lived in the same house with my parents up until we bought this house. A couple places here or there, but for the most part, right here in this area, my whole life. I mean, same. I drive the same road to work every single day that I did when I lived with my parents when I was growing up and all of that. So, been here my whole life.
I've known his brother dated my friend in high school when we were freshmen.
Okay.
So I've known his brother since my freshman year of high school, but I didn't know him. Isn't that weird?
So how did you guys meet in general?
Well, easiest way to put it is I went through a pretty rough breakup, and then
the day he got dumped.
The day I got dumped, my buddy's like, "Nah, man, we're gonna go out. We're gonna get some beers after work. I'm gonna have some people over and all that." So we go out, and she was at the bar.
No, we were at a table.
Well, I'm saying
at the bar. I thought you meant sitting at the bar.
We went to a bar.
Okay.
And she was there with us, and she was hanging out with John.
So his buddy was he worked with him, but he's my brother's best friend since high school and my best friend's wife.
Okay.
So they worked, so that's how we met because I was there with his wife. They met us after they got off work.
To continue on that too, I looked at my buddy and I was like, "Hey, she's cute." And he goes, "Nope." He said, "Nope, not going to happen."
Straight up said, absolutely not.
So then, about a year goes by, and I was, you know what? We're not even going to tell that part of the story. My Jeep blew up.
Okay.
We can tell that part of the story.
I don't want to look like a terrible person, so.
No, that's a funny part of the story.
Well, I was dating somebody else, and my Jeep blew up, and I we were at the same buddy who kind of introduced us in the beginning.
We were at
playing
their house.
Yeah, we were at their house and we were playing beer pong. And I looked at her
Okay.
and I said, "You know what? I'll bet you on this game of beer pong that if you win, I'll take you out on a date. And if I win, you pay for the date." So like win-win for me, right?
He's like, either way, I
Yeah,
get
for
to go out
sure,
with
for
her.
sure.
Well, joke was on her. I won that game of beer pong, and she drove me because I didn't have a vehicle, and she paid.
Well, fuck.
Yeah. But I will
That's
say,
a keeper then.
after that night,
I guess I should preface this also just as a funny story that I don't even know if she knows about this. So I guess you could call it a pre-date date. We went bowling, and then we went on like a more formal date. Well, when we were bowling, I spent my last $20 on a bucket of beer that I had to my name.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have a great time." I don't think you had any idea that like I was broke at that time.
I had no idea.
I spent my last $20 on the bucket of beer that we drank, and I was like broke for 2 weeks after that.
Yeah, I had no idea. This is the first time I'm hearing
I
of
love
this.
that.
Yeah.
Love that.
I didn't marry for love, everyone. I didn't marry for money. I married for love.
Whoa.
Oh.
I didn't marry for love, she says. I didn't marry for
I
love.
didn't marry for money. I married for love.
No, she just loves my handsome looks. That's all.
But the
Just a
funny
piece
part,
of meat.
my favorite
Trophy
part of that
husband.
story is that, so everyone knows that, like, you might have been kind of a scumbag at the time because you were dating a girl when you, like, bet me a game of beer pong for a date. I am not a scumbag. And he texted me, or he didn't text me, but he, like, DM'd me after we hung out that night. And he was like, so, like, when are we going on that date? And I messaged him back and I said, well, you have a girlfriend and I will not be going to dinner with you while you're not single. And like, not even kidding, 20 minutes later, he messages me and he said, well, I'm single now. So can we plan that date? Like straight up broke up with that girl to take me on a date.
And now we've been together for 8 years.
Well,
Married 3. Married 3. And together a total of 7.5, almost 8. So I think I got the pretty good end of that deal.
How'd you ask her to
that
marry
was
you?
cute.
What's the proposal story?
How did I ask her to marry her?
What's the proposal story, Trev?
I planned this out perfectly. So about 9 months before that, I grew out this killer mullet.
He did have a mullet when he proposed to me.
Grew out this just
Let's see
killer
pictures.
I
mullet.
loved it.
I remember those pictures. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was hot. I
Yeah.
loved it.
And then once the mullet was fully grown out, and she loved it, and she said she loved it, and told me every day. I went and talked to my dad. My dad's he's a custom jeweler, so
Wait, show the ring. Should we show it?
You can if you want.
Let's show it. Here's the ring.
Beautiful.
It's very beautiful. Well, this is the
like
the band I designed. Wait, oh, wrong one. So this
No,
part right here, I designed. That's my
unique as fuck.
my
I like that.
wedding band, and then just this was my engagement band. But you can see we had them soldered together.
Yeah,
sure.
So my dad happened to be at a mall that's probably about 40 minutes away from here doing a show because at the time he was traveling. And I went up there and I'm like, oh, I want to look at stones, I want to look at rings. We picked everything out. A week later, 2 weeks later, we were engaged because I was quick. I couldn't hold it in. Like I knew that if I didn't just boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom,
but he
boom,
wants to know
boom,
how
get it
you
over
did
with.
it. Like,
Well,
what'd you do?
I'm getting to that. So in about 2 days, I had the help of my mother and my sister. I went to the place we went to our first Valentine's Day.
It's our first Valentine's Day, yeah.
First Valentine's Day, place called Christian Moorlines. There's a little park that they built right there. And at the end of it, I had my mom and sister and a few other people set up all these pictures. She had no idea what was going on.
Well,
and I have no idea how she didn't know that I was just nervous as shit.
There's a picture that we took on our first Valentine's Day, and it's my favorite picture ever of me and Trevor.
In front of the John R. Roebling Bridge.
Yeah, it's in front of the Roebling Bridge, and it's at night, and it's all like the whole city's lit up behind us. So it's right on the river. So you
Okay.
can see like all of the lights from like the Kentucky side of the river because we were on the Cincinnati side. So on the Kentucky side of the river, it's like all lit up and beautiful, and the bridge is all it's like so perfect. So then he takes me to dinner, or he takes me. He was like, dinner reservations are at this time, so like let's walk down to where we took that picture by the Roebling Bridge. We'll take another picture because it was our anniversary. It was our 2-year anniversary.
No,
Yeah.
math's not math in there, Court.
3-year anniversary.
3-year anniversary.
No, because we were engaged for a year and a half. It was our 2-year anniversary. We've been married 4 years. We were engaged for a year.
It was 3.
That's 5. And then we were together for 2. That's 7 years.
I guess it would have been 2.
Yeah, it was our 2-year anniversary.
Either way. But we get to this park, and I'm like, oh, yeah, reservation. We got like 10, 20 minutes. Let's just do a lap around this park, and then we'll go in and get a drink. We'll take some pictures and all that stuff. Get our pictures for our little anniversary.
And I'm like, okay. And mind you, again, blissfully unaware, I'm just like, dee, walking along.
Well, like, I obviously can't just whip my phone out and text everybody, like, hide. So, like, I look over and I see all of them just, like, bopping around. And
my mom and dad, my brother, my sister-in-law, his mom and dad, his sister, her friend was there. His sister's friend was there taking pictures for us. So, like, there's, like, 8 people here, and they're literally within eye shot of us. Like, if I just looked over, I would have seen all of them.
And then they see us coming, and they're like, oh, God. And they start scurrying everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, when did they build a Planet Fitness down here? And she's like, oh, yeah, I don't know. And she looks the other way and all that. And we walk around the corner. And I got all these pictures set up, and there's candles and a homeless man.
Yeah, there was a homeless man just chill, like looking at all of our pictures. And I didn't know what any of it was.
Yeah, like she walks around the corner and she's like, what's all of this? What's all of this? And then she blacked out.
Well, then I saw that it was us in the pictures, and I was like, oh my God, what's happening? And then, I blacked out. I couldn't, if you asked me right now, Jeremy, what he said to me when he dropped to a knee, I couldn't tell you because I have no idea. I blacked out.
Yeah.
I saw him dropping to a knee, and it's all gone.
Just gone. Just gone.
Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only that, here's the best part is I told her we were going to Christian Moorlines. We weren't even going to that restaurant because I knew that she was going to say yes. Ended up going to Ruth Chris down the road.
Yeah. And then also, I obviously, like, I knew, I had told him, like, the cut of diamond that I want, which is, it's called a marquee. And my mom has a marquee, and his mom has a marquee, and it's my favorite cut of diamond. It always has been. But he opened the ring box, and, like, I was already crying, and like I said, I blacked out. I didn't even know what my ring looked like until after I had hugged everybody. Because, like, he proposes, I say yes. I think I said yes. Did I say yes?
I think you said maybe.
I don't even know if I, like, responded to him to say, like, yes, I will marry you. But he puts the ring on my finger, and I turn around, and all of our family is there. And I was just like, oh my God, where did you guys come from? Like, I'm sobbing. And they're all, like, hugging me, and they're all looking at the ring. And I still have not even, like, seen the ring because my eyes were so blurry from the tears. I have no idea what this thing looks like that's on my hand. But obviously, like, that part didn't matter to me. I was just, like, so happy to, like,
of course,
be starting my life with you that I didn't care what the ring looked like.
Should have gotten a smaller ring.
I mean, no. I love my ring. My ring is beautiful, and I, like, am so obsessed with it. Even today, like, I'll still catch myself. I've been wearing it for 5 years now because we were engaged for a year and a half. So I've been wearing it for 5.5 years now, and I will literally, like, just catch myself, like, still obsessed with it.
Well, at least I did a good job, I guess.
But it didn't matter for me to say yes to you.
Fair enough.
The ring didn't matter.
She had no idea. She had no idea. The funny thing is we've talked about it since then and all that. She's like, oh yeah, I thought I had a solid, like, year and a half before you were going to propose to me because, like, you just weren't in a good spot.
Yeah, I was like,
working on getting stuff paid off and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And she's like, I thought we were just going to dinner.
I really did. We'd only been together for 2 years. 2 years
Sure.
isn't like, I mean, it's fine that we got engaged at 2 years, but there's plenty of people that are together 3,
Were
4,
you guys
5
living
years
together
before they
at
get
that point
engaged.
yet? Like you guys weren't living together at that point then?
No,
we didn't live together until after we were married.
we didn't live together
Oh,
until
shit.
our wedding day. I moved into
Okay.
our house. I was paying a
Okay.
mortgage on this house because I bought the house. It was in my name for it was 2 months.
No,
December. We bought it in
December,
December.
January, February, March,
April.
April.
Oh, 5
Yeah,
months.
5
I was
months.
paying a mortgage on this house for 5 months, not living here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Trevor was
What
living here by
were you
himself.
guys
Had the
each
bachelor
doing?
pad.
What were you guys each doing when you guys got married?
What do you mean?
Like as far as work, were you working at Drake's at that point in time?
Yeah.
I was I guess at that point when we bought the house, I was at the bus garage.
Okay.
And you were
So I had been working
just back at Drake's.
I had been working for a home builder for a little bit. I was doing new construction sales,
Okay.
but it was like in COVID, I got let go literally the week before we were signing on this house.
Oh wow.
So I had to find a job like
Wow.
quick. So that's actually how I ended up back at Drake's because I had left Drake's for a little bit to go work for this place.
Okay.
And I called my old boss and I was like, I need a job or I can't close on my house. And he was like, yeah, come in today, like fill out paperwork, and then like you can start tomorrow. Like you don't have to
Nice.
retrain. Like you're literally back on the schedule tomorrow. And
Beautiful.
that's exactly how it worked.
Mm-hmm.
It worked out great. And so then the best part about that was my schedule, because I wasn't managing yet. I was just bartending and serving.
Oh,
So
okay.
my schedule was really flexible.
Yeah.
So when planning the wedding, it was perfect because I like if I needed off, I just got off. If I needed to like switch a shift, I just switched my shift.
Mm-hmm.
And I was
Sure.
like putting together, like we DIY'd a lot of our wedding. We had a very, very beautiful, like black tie formal wedding. But we DIY'd a lot of it. Like we made all of our centerpieces. I did so much crafting. And that was one
Nice.
of the main reasons why I didn't move into this house, because all of the stuff for the wedding was at my mom and dad's house. And every
Oh.
single night after work, I was working on all the wedding stuff till like super late at night.
There were other principles behind it too.
Also, we're Catholic. My family is very like old school Catholic, I guess.
Traditional.
Like traditional Catholic. And
Sure.
so
Sure.
like it wasn't necessarily that my mom was like, you can't move in with Trevor until you're, because like I was 28 years old when we got married. But it was kind of more of a
But like,
conversation that me
don't
and
buy a
had
house
like where
together
we,
until you're married type shit. Like on the more
yeah,
like
but
extreme
it was
side
more
of what you're talking
so,
about.
I think it was more so like, why don't we only have a few months left. Why don't we just like stick to these values? I think it'll make it like really special for our wedding day to like say that we stuck to what we, like the traditional values, because we were getting married in the Catholic Church. So I was like,
Hmm.
why don't we stick to the original like values of it? And we kind of both agreed that that was important to us.
Yeah, but I
Going
don't
into it.
think that's how it went down. I think she was trying to lock me in for life because she's like, he's never lived with me. He doesn't know how I live. I'm going to wait until we're married. And then he's stuck with me.
That's
It would
totally what
actually be the opposite, Trevor.
you're
I'm a delight to live with.
Delight.
Am I not?
You snore so fucking loud.
Well,
I mean, I have heard that.
I feel like I sleep great.
I'm sure you do sleep
It
great.
sounds like you're sleeping great, bro. It
sounds
absolutely
like you're
sounds
sleeping
like you're sleeping great.
fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
Do I sound
No,
like
but
a lumberjack?
Straight up chainsaws
Yeah.
all night
all the
long.
way Paul Bunyan,
Between
man.
you and Bear.
All the way Paul Bunyan.
Yeah.
Listen,
The only reason Jeremy, for all the viewers at home that are watching this, the only reason Jeremy knows that is because Jeremy runs really late lives, and every once in a while I'll pop in and Trevor, like I'll be like in bed and Trevor will be like right next to me sleeping, and I'll stay on mute because he's so loud. I've like gone off mute a couple times and tried to say something, and he's like, just loud as hell.
I don't know what you're looking for here, dear, but I mean,
It's okay, honey. It's okay.
Trev's blacked out during
I
all that.
need my beauty rest, and I mean, as you can see,
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I gotta have it. So if
you want
you're just
back,
gonna have to deal
you
with
gotta have
snores.
rest, I suppose.
I mean,
Want the
obviously
whole
I
thing?
married you and I'm still married to you, so I think the snoring is fine.
That's fair.
I think I've learned to deal with it.
I think what's worse is like Courtney's sleep patterns at times, because there have been times where I've woke up in the middle of the night, and she has. So like, picture you're sitting on.
Just show
I
up.
don't even know. She'll be laying down with her legs crossed like this, dead
I've seen
asleep,
people do that.
and I'm like, what? What are you doing?
Yeah, I think that's mutant. That's
And I'm
mutant
like,
shit, if you ask me.
oh, and she'll
I'm
wake
comfy.
up, like she will sleep in the most awkward positions, then wake up the next day, and she's like, I have no idea why my back hurts. And I'm like, I do. I know exactly why, because you looked like a damn contortionist last night
You could have
while
slept
you were
inside
sleeping.
of a
And she's like,
box
no,
while you were
I
sleeping.
slept flat the whole time. I'm like, no, you didn't.
Yeah,
I don't
literally
know.
only your shoulders were flat and everything else was twisted up a bunch of times.
Completely. Yeah, he's told me like plenty of times where like my back will be like on the bed and
Yeah.
then my hips will be like completely turned. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I can't make it up, but
Oh well. So getting back to like early stuff, like you grew up down the road, right? We met, you were working at the jail at the time. Let's
Yeah.
talk about that. Let's talk about your time working at the county jail that's directly behind our house.
well,
That's
what do
pretty
you want to know
close.
about
It's
that?
legitimately very close.
It's so close. You can literally see it from my back deck.
Yep.
Well, okay, so we met and we didn't start dating right away when we met. We've made that very clear.
Yeah.
It was like a year-ish later that we started kind of dating. But personally, as a new girlfriend at the time, I hated that he worked there. The schedule was fine. None of that mattered. I didn't care that he worked at a jail. What I hated about it was the aspect of if anything happens, I'm not going to be getting notified. His mom didn't
Right.
know about me yet. Like,
No, you would have been notified. There were people who were there who would have.
I mean, I had friends, like other friends that work there, I guess, but like, I just would hate it because there was
You
like
would have been
one
one of the
time.
last notified, probably. You'd have been notified, but like
Yeah.
it would have been pretty far down the line before you probably did.
Yeah, she'd have found out, but
It was just like dangerous.
Right.
It was a dangerous job for him to have. But
I'd
like,
say it was
we talked about,
dangerous.
like, what was
but
it like? What was it like working there?
I mean, honestly, it was a great job. Like, I mean, it was as goofy as it sounds, the easiest way to make money, but also the most challenging mentally. So, like, there's a lot of aspects of it to where you get motherfucked every day. You're dealing with, in some cases, the worst people you can be around.
Yeah, Jeremy was the one motherfucking him.
Every single day,
So,
But at the same time,
fuck you, Trev.
yeah,
Yep,
I mean,
exactly.
at the same time, in an 8-hour shift, I'd walk, 10, 15, 20,000 steps. So, like,
Right.
it wasn't like I wasn't getting a workout or anything like that. For the most part, it really wasn't too hatefully challenging of work. Like, right now, I break myself working as a diesel technician versus when I work there. I mean, it's mostly just a mental aspect of getting over
Yeah.
it, and like, you have to play the game of one, I have
What's
to be the
worth it?
same person every single day, every single time. If I treat one person this way, I have to treat all of them this way. So
Yeah.
it's, you kind of get to a point in it where you start figuring it out when you start working there of, am I going to be the guy who's the asshole? Am I going to be the guy who runs his ass off all night helping everybody out? Or am I going to be the guy who just, I'll help you if I can,
Right.
I won't if I
Middle
can,
ground is the best ground. For a guard, middle ground's always the best ground. A little of this, little of that. show you're kind of an
Yeah.
asshole. Show you can like kind of lean with them a little bit when
You can cut up when, because I think my thing is too, and one thing that you had kind of told me like early on when you were like when we were first dating was like there's still people, obviously, you know, and you
Oh
have to
yeah,
treat them with
I mean,
respect. But I think you were treated better by the inmates that were there
I'm gonna.
because you showed them respect as well. So
Well,
how
they
the
that's
respected you for
conversation
the most
goes.
part.
How the conversation goes is important, and I just don't see you
Yeah.
being like fuck you to like
I
the
mean,
people if they didn't deserve it. And most of us inside, if we get fuck you'd by a guard, we know we deserved it probably. So it's
Right.
you
well,
know,
the biggest thing that I always told everyone, I had a saying that I always said, I'm here to do a job, don't make me do my job.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
no
just
doubt,
as
no
simple as
doubt.
that. Don't make me do my job. If you can get through a whole shift and I don't have to do what it entails,
What
then
you're trained to
perfect.
do. Yeah.
You know, but like I always tried to find common ground. I would give you respect. If you did not give me respect and you started doing, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
what you're
When
gonna
you're
do,
blatantly doing
I'm
stuff, when you're
gonna
doing stuff,
do
even
my
when it's
job. And
yeah,
yeah, like I'm
Yeah.
gonna do my job. I'm gonna be the asshole. If you give me asshole energy, I was gonna be an asshole back. If you're like, hey man, what's going on? Can you possibly help me out? Yes.
yeah.
The one thing I will say, love convicts, hate inmates.
Explain
I
that.
get it.
So
I get it too, but there's probably people who won't get it. So explain that.
your
Short term, long
convicts,
term, short term, long
yeah,
term.
Yeah.
short
I mean,
term, long term. Your convicts, they all they have is time.
They're there for
yeah,
extended amounts, like, the 10, 15
15, 20 years,
to
life,
lifers.
things
Yeah.
like that, to where like all they got is time. And then there's the guy who's in there for weekends only, and it's the end of the world if he
ooh,
didn't
weekends
get his
only.
pencil sharpened
Uh,
or got a kite or oh, there was only 47 macaronis in my macaroni and cheese. This is ridiculous. Let me get a sergeant, a lieutenant, a jailer. Get me the fucking governor. I want to
crying
talk to
about
all of them
everything
right this second.
in there, in there the shortest amount of time, crying about every single thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's the end of the world. Like in all reality, you could probably tell me differently, but like sometimes I'm like, yeah, jail would be a nice little vacation. Sit around, watch TV all day,
I
guaranteed
have,
3 hot
have
meals.
legitimately said that, Trevor, within the last month to people. I have said that out loud to people. I'm just like,
I'm just
man,
saying. I
a
mean,
30, 30 day vacation
it kind of
sounds all right.
sucks, but it kind of sucks. But
Only
like if you're in the right place,
only
you
sucks if you
know,
let it.
10
Yeah.
10 man cell, GP, you get to watch TV all day,
Right,
hang around,
right.
do nothing, catch up on sleep.
Play some cards when you
I
want
mean,
to. Maybe some
Honestly,
chess or
I think I would
checkers.
cards.
absolutely hate it. And I think that there would be like nothing worse. And I would probably cry the whole time I was there.
As a woman, yes, I could completely see that. As a man,
Yeah,
oh,
too.
I
Plus,
would
I
come
think
out just it.
those sides get a little feistier than
Yeah.
Oh
Also,
yeah,
like women that are in like jail or like prison, like long term, like I would be torn apart. Like I like to think that I'm pretty tough and like I can handle my own in most
sure.
situations. I don't think I would handle that very well.
Well, see, it's not about being able to handle it. It's about being able to handle it repeatedly every single day, where it doesn't change it and
Exactly.
always like your life
oh
is
no,
just
I'd
on
be a
repeat
snitch.
of how to.
You'd
Oh,
you'd be a snitch?
oh yeah, I'm narking on everybody.
Trevor.
What?
Snitches get
Oops! I fell out of the
stitches.
podcast. Oh no!
Yeah, Jeremy's over here like, nah, I don't snitch.
Oh no, I'm just talking about that because then I get a one man, get my own cot,
Oh
my
no!
own
No.
TV,
Oh,
my own
that's fair.
toilet. I only got to worry about my space. Yeah, everybody in the county knows that I'm a narc, but
PC.
yeah, I'm gonna get PC'd up, live in the lap of luxury.
Yeah, living the life of luxury over in PC.
Oh yeah,
Jesus.
one man, my own TV,
For
everything.
those of you who don't know, PC is protective custody.
Yeah, at
Sure
times
is.
there's also other ways. But I don't know. It was an interesting job. It taught me a lot about life. Honestly, because you deal with all walks. You learn how to de-escalate time management. You learn a lot of keeping
Yeah,
calm in intense environments.
What was
in a
what was
crazy way
like
that goes both ways.
what was
Like
the
on both
scariest
sides.
day of working there for you? Like what was like the scariest part of the job? Because I know that there was some stuff there that like it haunts you a little bit. Maybe not haunts you, but like what's and it doesn't have to be like a specific story of like a date, the thing that happened, but like in general. What's like the scariest part about having that job? Without like giving a specific or like getting yourself sued.
Just honestly, the people who are around you. That's
Yes,
honestly the scariest part of that job is the other people you work with, because at the end of the day, if I don't trust you when we have to go in
sure.
and do what we have to do because somebody is either harming themselves or harming others, and you get timid and you get scared and I get hurt, that was probably the hardest part of the job that would haunt me, because there were people who were like that they talk a big game and they were about it, and then
Oh, they're
shit
in the
hit the
game.
fan and they're nowhere to be found,
Yeah.
and like that was probably the scariest part, because like there were times where you got to get down and dirty because the guy's got 250 pounds on you and he has the strength of a fucking mule.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
even as an inmate, that goes both ways too. Like, 'cause the stories are very
Sure.
similar between guards and inmates. It's almost kind of ridiculous how similar their lives turn out to be, because you're
Yeah.
the only difference really comes down to you just sleeping in your bed at home. That's
Right.
yeah,
that's
and
very much
I've said that to
like
you before. I
that's
said
it.
both of us are doing time. The only difference is I go home every night.
Because I mean, once you
I
get
have to
into the
deal.
prison system, like the inmates make money once they're in the prison system. There's work release for a lot of them in county jails, so like there's ability to make money when you're locked up. It's really the biggest difference, because you all get institutionalized. We all get institutionalized a little bit,
Sure.
whether
Oh
you're in
yeah,
for a
I mean, and
year
that's
or you're in for 25 years. You're walking in a circle every fucking day, like 16,
the
17,
same part
18
of it
times.
Yeah.
is you're dealing with the same amount of people. Well, not even the same amount of people. Like, say you're in general population in with
Right.
the county that I worked in. Most of the
Yeah.
blocks were 10-man cells, and there was 8, 10 of them, 8 of them
Our
on a
Gen Pop was
block, right?
cots,
So,
man. Cots with 150 people in the.
and that's what I
Jeez,
mean is
Louise.
like, you're talking about, a cell block to where it's, 10-man cells. Yeah, you only have to fuck with the 10 people that's in there. I have to mess with everybody else on that block and probably
Right.
2 other blocks
Right.
and deal with all of that, all of the problems, because everybody's got problems. You're not going to like everybody you're around. I
No.
didn't like everybody I was around, and I know half of them damn sure didn't like me just because of what I was wearing.
Sure.
So, like,
Probably
that
more than half.
aspect of
I
it
mean,
is
if I'm being real,
basically
it's
like you're
probably more than
living with
half.
them.
Honestly, you're looking at probably
Yeah.
75% of them looking at you sideways only because of what you're wearing.
Right.
And then not only
And
that is like,
you guys second guessing. You have to second guess as a guard. You have to second guess everything we say in the first place, because we're criminals first in there. Like a
Right.
lot
oh
of
yeah,
times we're all trying to pull one off too, trying to make our own lives better while we're in there. However, we feel like we can at the time. That varies by inmate. Like that varies a lot, but
Well, and
we're
I
all
think
trying
each,
to
certain people are
still do
willing
that.
to do more than
Yeah,
others too, to
yeah,
like make their time easier or better or
well,
whatever they think
sure,
it's going to
sure.
do.
not only that too, I had conversations with people where they're like, as goofy as this sounds, they would kick somebody out of they fly a kite, getting somebody out of the cell, but at the same time, if I did one thing wrong, they're trying to get me in trouble the whole time,
Yeah, yeah,
because that we got to get this snitch out of here, but then they're over here dry snitching on me because of something I didn't do, and I'm like, dude, you're doing the same thing. You're doing the same exact thing.
yeah.
The loyalty thing.
No,
Though.
nah, man, it's different because you got that badge on. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's not.
It's not really that
It's no
different.
different.
It's
Still
not
a
different at
snitch.
all. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're still telling on me, fucker.
Yeah. Little child. So
Yeah.
I want to tell Jeremy this story because I think it's kind of funny and it has to do with like life after jail for Trevor, like life
Sure.
after working at the jail for Trevor.
Sure.
So, well, two times. There's two stories. So one that's scary and one that like could have possibly been scary but ended up kind of funny. So one time me and Trevor, and he had, I guess, had problems with this inmate multiple times. And at one point, this inmate, while he was in jail, had told Trevor, you know, I'm gonna unalive you and your whole family if I ever see you outside of here. And we were at a gas
Always
station.
gold.
We were at a gas station one day and we were just dating. We weren't engaged yet. We weren't married yet, I don't think.
Mm-mm.
And I was like, again, blissfully unaware, just like bebopping around coming out of the gas station. And this guy who Trevor had recognized, because mind you, we live in the county that Trevor worked in. So, like,
Of course. Yeah.
and a lot of these people live in this county. So, if they get out, like, there's a good possibility we're running into them.
There's to be had there, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, it's a county jail. So, like, people
Yeah.
are in there for a couple days and they get released. You know what I mean? It happens all the time. So, he sees him and he looks at me and he says, "Get in the car." Like that. As soon,
Yeah.
and when I heard his voice change,
Yeah.
oh, you bet my ass went and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
popped
Okay,
right in
yeah.
that car. Like,
Right.
oh
Right.
shit! Like, no, I'm not questioning him.
Yeah.
Nothing. I'm getting in the car, and nothing happened. It was fine.
No, there were
But
multiple
even that
reports.
says how much trust there is between the two of you. Just things like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Where
and
you heard his voice change and you were like, "Oh, this could be dangerous."
Yeah.
Like-
Like if he tells me to do something and I hear that voice change, and that's not me being like,
That's
whatever.
not a submissive move. That's
There
just,
are women that will say things about me saying this, but if my
Yeah, whatever.
husband, if I hear his voice change and I hear that he thinks that we are either we or he or I am in danger, I'm listening to my husband. And that's on trust. That is on me and him building something where I know him well enough to know that
Sure.
tone
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of I think he
that
like
one,
not scared. You weren't scared at that moment, but you were
no, I wasn't
you were
scared.
definitely
I
like
just-
on guard.
Eyes open.
There were multiple encounters with that individual, but regardless, I know the second story she's going to tell because she figured it out about a year ago.
No, it was like 10 minutes after I did it, I figured it out.
No, I told you what it was.
Wait, I don't think we're talking about the same thing.
At the casino?
No,
Oh, well, I want to tell that one.
go ahead. I don't know
So
what you're talking
it's
about.
it's funny because it goes back to the I know somebody everywhere,
Yeah.
and you know we're at the casino and this guy walks up and he says my last name, and I'm like, oh yeah man, what's going on? How's it going? How's life been for you and all that stuff? And we kind of bullshit for a minute and everything like that. And Courtney looks at me and she goes, who was that? I'm like, not a clue. And she goes, well, you have to know him. He knows your last name. I said, I'll stop you right there. I said, there are two ways that I will respond to people. If they call me by my first name, they're probably my friend. If they call me by my last name, they're probably an inmate.
Yes, sir.
And I didn't really think about it that way. So I forgot about that because also there were a lot of guys that he worked with at the jail that would call him by his last name.
But all of them knew my first name.
All of them knew your first name, but they called you by your last name. Most of them call you by your last name. So I'm at work. I was working at Drake's. This is the story I was planning on telling. I'm at work. I'm working at Drake's, and this guy is sitting at the bar.
Carrie.
Huh?
Never mind.
Yeah. So this guy's sitting at the bar, and I'm like, we're talking, we're chatting it up, and he was asking about donations to for his kids' football team. And I was just like, yeah, like, let me get you my card and the card for the lady who does like all the marketing stuff through corporate. Everything goes through her, but if you have any questions, you can feel free to call me. So I give him my card. Well, obviously, our last name is the same now. So he
Yeah.
gets my card and he goes, Gronefeld. Gronefeld. I know that name. And he goes, "Are you related to a Gronefeld that worked at the Boone County at the Boone County Jail?" And I said, "Yeah, that's my husband." And he goes, "I know him." In my head, he worked with Trevor, right? So he's like, "What is he up to these days? He doesn't work there anymore, does he?" And I was like, "No, he doesn't work there anymore." I was like, "He's a diesel technician now, blah, blah, blah. He works on stuff. He started his own business. He does side work, da, 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 all this
Yeah.
stuff." He's like, "Oh, no way. I have a lot of people that I know. Like, I could get him a lot of business." So I take my business card that I just gave him and I write Trevor's personal cell phone number on the business card with his full name, first and last name on the business card. Okay. So then my dumbass still, I'm like, yeah, he worked with him at the jail. Definitely worked with him. So I give him the business card
A couple
about
of weeks later.
no, not a couple weeks later. About 10 minutes later, I text
Oh
Trevor and
no.
I said, "I think I just fucked up." And he said, "What do you mean?"
Oh no, it gets better because what I can add to this is about a week later, I'm at the bar and this guy's sitting there, and she's like, "I think I fucked up, but I'm not sure." It was real unsure, and I'm at the bar sitting there, and the guy's there, and she goes, "That's the guy I gave the business card to." And I was like, "That guy was at the work camp for 2.5 years."
Oops. I didn't know. Okay, like me, I'm being a good wife and I'm like promoting my
Trying
husband's
to get
like
his
business,
business
trying to make us
going.
some
Yeah.
money,
Yeah, yeah,
trying
yeah,
to
for
like get
sure.
that shit rolling.
That's
And then I
hilarious
text him
though.
and I was like, "Trevor, I think I fucked up." And he goes, "What do you mean?" And I said, "I think I just gave an ex inmate your phone number."
Your private
And he
personal
was like,
cell
"Are
phone
you
number.
serious?"
That shit doesn't scare me anymore,
But
though.
then the other thing is too, you'd been gone from the jail for a long time, and also the guy had really nice things to say about Trevor. He was like,
Sure.
"Oh, Gronefeld was always like really good to me, and blah blah blah. Like he was always really respectful and really nice, and like
Yep.
it was always like nice being around him. He was a cool dude." So after I realized like, oh shit, he's an inmate, and he was like telling me like, oh, he was always respectful and nice, and then I was like, oh, Trevor. I just gave your name and your phone number.
I mean,
And then I explained, like, I like described him to him. He was like, yeah, he like never really gave me any issues. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
to me, it's anymore. It's really not because I tried to give respect where respect was given to me. I mean, if you were
Yeah. Yeah.
being an asshole, I'm gonna be an asshole. If you're nice to
Right.
me, I'm being nice to you. You don't give me a problem, I'm not gonna give you a problem. You're in there, you're already having a hard time. I'm in here, I'm already having a hard time. Ain't no use in making it fucking worse.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that job is not for the weak. I can say that much. It's a high turnover rate. There's a lot of things that come along with it where,
Yeah. Being
dives
an
you into
inmate's not
places you don't want to be.
weak either. Don't do either,
What
guys.
No.
I can
Don't do either.
say now is I'm very much happier with what I do now.
Agreed. Me too.
I like working on stuff. It keeps my
What
brain busy.
what's the biggest change you've seen in yourself, dude? Like going from a job like that, getting married, and now doing what you do now? Like, what's the biggest change you've seen in yourself through all this?
Just honestly, just challenging myself to kind of grow my knowledge in my craft, along
Sure.
with like just in life in general. Like I try to constantly progressive study of, I know it seems goofy. You're like, oh, mechanics and mechanics and mechanics, but like there's constant evolution of everything that is in this industry as a whole. And if I can't be the best that I can be,
Right.
Like just quality of myself. That's one thing that it has given me the transitions and things like that. Is like I'm very dedicated to where I'm,
Sure.
as pompous as this sounds, I want to be the best guy on the team. I want to be the best guy around. And I know I'm not that, but like that's what I strive for, is to gain that
Sure.
knowledge, be ahead of the game to where, because I know I'm not going to be able to do this the rest of my life. And if I can at least get to the point where I'm a master of my craft,
Right.
maybe I'll still get the easy jobs when I'm 60 years old.
Yeah.
You know, instead of like how it was in the transition period for a lot of people, to where, you know, even when the computers came into automotive and diesel and things like that, there were
Yeah.
guys who just quit.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, they left the industry as a whole because they're like, I don't know how to do this stuff,
Yep.
and I'm too old to learn, and I don't want to be that guy.
I think
Sure.
that's fair. Things are always evolving. I mean, even with like AI being such a forefront now, like we're learning so much more about AI, and I have a feeling that that's going to be, you know, I mean, there's self-driving cars now. There's, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like there's,
they're self-driving. I can tell you something. What's more terrifying about my job is the fact that, you know, I work on tractors and trailers and all that stuff. I hold a CDL. So with that, there are features on these new trucks and trailers that you can let go of the steering wheel and it'll just drive itself.
that's wild.
Right? So like you let go of the
Yeah.
steering. I went from where the airport is all the way to Cleves.
That's fucking
It's
crazy to
about
me.
that's like
So
Jeremy,
30,
the
40 minute drive.
dispensary that I took you to is
Yeah.
Cleves, is like where, so there
Okay.
to near Drake's.
Sure.
I
Sure.
let go of the steering wheel and it drove itself for about 25 miles.
That's
That's
ridiculous.
wild.
That's
Now
absolutely ridiculous.
picture that with 95,000 pounds over the axles
Not
driving
being
down the
controlled by
road, and you're
humans.
next to it. You know, you're next to it and there's a guy who's just in there, he's having a snooze.
Yeah, no, I hate that. I don't like that. I don't think that should be legal. I don't like that at all.
It's required
It's scary.
now. That is a
Well,
requirement for some
It's a wild
vehicles.
world.
you know, I will say, like, kind of going back to Jeremy asking you, like, what's your, like, what has been, like, your biggest change, or, like, what are you most, like, you know, proud of, like, doing that? I think on the outside perspective of that, because obviously, like, I watched his transition from leaving the jail, getting a different job. He went to another job. He was working as, in a, like, parts department, not parts department. What
Sure.
was the technically?
Yeah, that's a good way.
Tooling
I want to know
facility.
what the
Tooling
biggest change
facility.
you've noticed in him too. Like, what's been the biggest change you've
Yeah.
noticed?
So watching him go, like I said, he started at the jail when we were first dating, and then he went to a tooling facility, where he was like packing tools and stuff for jobs for
Those repairing tools.
repairing tools and stuff for jobs for what kind of like what my dad used to do for engineers that were working at power plants and stuff.
Okay.
And then he left there to go to an internship so they would pay for his schooling to be a diesel technician, and start working at the bus garage down here. And so watching him like go through schooling and just watching him hone his craft has been really, really inspiring.
Sure.
And Trevor's like the kind of guy that he just like constantly wants to be learning things. I don't think you ever like settling down. Like you're definitely have ADHD. Your brain is like never turned off.
Yeah.
Like
It doesn't
100%.
stop.
It never stops. But watching you like I said, hone your craft, but and constantly like wanting to learn more about it has been really inspiring to watch. But I think my favorite part about it is watching his confidence grow,
Yeah.
because becoming more and more in tuned with, this feels like what I should have been doing forever ago.
Mhm.
Like the amount of times that he said to me, I wish I had gone to school for this, like right out of high school.
Oh, absolutely.
And both of us have had that conversation of, we grew up in the era where like dumb kids went to D school and you had to go to college. You needed a college degree. You're never going to get a job without a college degree, blah, 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 all this stuff.
Yeah, and now I know
Yep.
more people who are closer to being millionaires or already are millionaires who never went to
Never
a day
went
of
to college. So
in
it's
their
like
life, and they went straight to work after.
we were very much told out of high school that you're an idiot if you don't go to college. You have to do this. You will never go anywhere in life if you don't. And I think that that's a really sad misconception, because now there are industries that are struggling, like the car industry for a long time was struggling.
Oh, it's coming back around too.
It's coming back around now.
No, I'm saying as far as struggling, because the dealerships are screwing people out of wages and things like that.
Well, but there was a big gap between, for really millennials was like a big part of it. So there was a huge gap in the building industry as well. And I learned this when I was working in the building industry. There was so many laborers that they didn't have enough carpenters, they didn't have enough electricians, they didn't have enough plumbers. And so they were trying to create these programs to convince kids like, hey, college isn't for everybody and not everybody is going to succeed.
Go to trade school instead of college.
Go to trade school. And even if you go to trade school so you can work, because you'll get your like certifications faster, so you can work your way through college. Now you have a full-time job working through college, and you're making good money.
Yep.
Well, I mean, even in that aspect, like I look back on it now, and I'm kind of like, I think about going back to college for a business degree so I can learn the other side of stuff to where eventually I can establish my own business and like get to the point to where
in prison. I got a small business management degree when I was in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it's figuring out the side that, because like, yeah, I know how to do the work. I somewhat know how to do the billing. It's the other stuff of like dealing with vendors and
I wanted to know how to do all the bookworking, all the like science behind the money and like all of that. I wanted to know how to do all of that and how to work profit. All of those things are important to know no matter what you're doing in life. Like it's just it's important to know how those numbers work in life. Otherwise, I don't know.
You can get screwed out of money really fast.
Oh yeah, it's just I mean,
yeah. But I think that that's been like kind of the most impressive part, is just watching him hone his craft and like get so involved. And like we've had so many conversations of, when we have kids, like we're never going to discourage them. Like if they want to do this thing, like, no, do that thing. You know what I mean? Like, and because there was so many, and I'll never say that my parents tried to talk me out of anything, because they never really did. They were always so supportive with the 100,000 ideas I've ever had in my life. But
mine too.
There were so many teachers that would say like, no, you have to go to college and you have to get a degree and you have to do this. And so many adults that were just like misleading.
Oh, I mean, that was the biggest thing, is like they would say things like that, but then like, you get into college and there are guys that are out here.
You're just like
there was one guy, I would consider him kind of an entrepreneur when I got to college.
You're just like, what a waste once you get there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like, what am I accomplishing here?
There was one guy when I went to college, he was kind of like that entrepreneur, but like at 21 years old, to where when he was in college to pay for stuff, he had a blacktop ceiling company that he did in the summer. And like he was like, yeah, I learned this from a guy that I went to high school with. He went and did it, so I just went out and bought the equipment. He goes, I make 30 grand all summer. He says, so I don't have to work all through school because I got student loans that I don't have to pay back until I'm done. I made 30 grand over the summer sealing everybody's blacktop in the area. And now I'm just chilling.
Yeah. I wish I had been that smart.
And, it's like the blue collar side of things. You look at it like that and like, there's money to be made in every single aspect of it.
No, 100%.
Yeah. And I mean, in my opinion, the only time you really need to go to college is if you want to be a doctor, you want to be a nurse,
a lawyer,
Not even then.
I don't know. You got to learn the law. You got to know that. You got to be able to.
That's the
If you want to
thing.
be a good lawyer, there are so many like practices and like the law is like ever changing. Like laws are always
A lot of
changing.
convicts
But
that would make
You
good
could
lawyers.
study it.
A lot of convicts that would make good
yeah,
lawyers.
that's true. Yeah,
There are two jobs in the world that they don't use master or head or whatever. It's a doctor and a lawyer. Because what do? They practice. You're practicing law, you're practicing medicine.
right.
You're never, it's always evolving. In all reality, you don't know what you're doing until you try it.
Honestly, it's trial and error, which is crazy to me. But, but I would never want, like when I had my gallbladder removed, I would never want a doctor who hadn't learned in school at least like basic anatomy. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, there are jobs that absolutely, like engineers and things like that, like you need the higher studies for that. But for me to go to college and get
An art degree.
an art degree,
Not hating on people who.
why the fuck do I need to know what the Pythagorean theorem is? You know what I mean? Like, why do I need to learn like certain things? I'm not, maybe not specifically the Pythagorean theorem, but I can tell you right now, I've never used it since high school.
I can see that.
Not one time.
What I would say,
you know what I would have liked to know when I was in high school? What I would have liked to learn? Maybe a little bit deeper into politics. Maybe a little bit more about basic life shit, like how to file my own taxes.
Yeah, business,
maybe
mathematics,
yeah,
things like that.
Maybe
do I care about
that
your charts and graphs and your metrics?
When that stuff quit, when high schools quit offering classes like that, a lot of things in generations went downhill super fast. Where people just didn't know nearly as much when they left schools.
Well, they stopped teaching cursive in school, so like kids don't even know how to sign their names on documents. They print their names.
They're signing it with they're printing it.
Yeah.
What I think would be fantastic in high school: teach these 18-year-olds how to run a stock market, how to do stock options, how to trade, how to get into an investment banking. Period. Because, like in all reality, like if I was in college and my parents looked at me and they're like, okay, well, we're going to give you like $3,000 and I can take that $3,000 and I can pay for college in 6 months while I'm doing investment banking. And now I've found out how to do a career. And even if I don't like it, I've done enough to where I've paid for my schooling to go be a doctor, or I've paid for my way through an apprenticeship to where I didn't have to struggle as hard making dirt hours while I'm learning. Like, why not teach these 16, 17, 18-year-old kids how to do it? Because I don't care who you are. Everybody likes money. Everybody likes.
You want to know why that's not part of the curriculum?
How to do your taxes? How to like balance your? I mean, they don't even hardly teach you how to balance a checkbook or anything like that anymore. Like that stopped in my generation. I'm pretty sure. I don't know very many years after like out of school that like that was going on.
I have to.
Which it's sad.
Oh, okay.
I'll be right back.
Trevor will be right back. We're taking another brief intermission. He can't hold it anymore. He has to go potty.
Oh man, he's like at the buzzer with it too. I love it.
Where are we at? Oh wow,
137.
Look at us.
Yeah.
So you want to know why? Like, I'm gonna just say it because he can still hear me. But you want to know why they don't offer that? How to dabble in the stock market? Because they want to keep us dumb and dependent on the government, and they don't want anyone else to get rich, because then we will have an actual working economy and nobody to fool into anything, because we will all be smart enough to know that they're trying to pull the veil over our eyes.
For sure.
But that's just my theory.
Sad but true.
That's just my theory on
this has been
the reality
yet
of
another
it.
Fun. This has been yet another super fun episode.
It has been a fun episode.
Do what?
He said this has been another fun episode. We're already
This one isn't surprising. It's not surprising this one.
No. What do you think? Have you had fun?
Yeah, it's been interesting. Just, kind of talking, gabbing, if you will.
Chit-chatting?
Chit-chatting, just gabbing around.
Well, we're never bad at just between the three of us, we're like good chit-chatters.
Well, I don't get, like, the only communication I have with individuals right now is my truck is broken or fucking with my coworker, so. I mean, that's
So this
really
has been like a nice little change.
yeah, a nice little, just converse and talk about life and everything else. We won't get into any hard topics, but
So Trev, what would you like to see for us going forward? Like as far as like personal life, as far as like the podcast, like what do you like envision for us moving forward?
like me and you?
Yeah, but like also like, with this and like
Well, I hope the
with
podcast starts taking off a little bit more. We can get a studio, a little bit bigger of a house and everything, but just, kind of progressing through life. That's the biggest thing to me. I mean,
what's like our biggest goal right now in the next like 5 years?
oh, bigger house with a big ass barn.
I really thought you were gonna say a baby, but like
No, that I already know that's happening.
fair enough.
That's going to happen. I would say within, hopefully, in my hopes, within the next year or so.
Yeah.
But like, I'm talking more long-term goals.
Materialistic
Obviously.
goals.
Yeah, it's kind of materialistic. Like I always joke about all the time. I'm 2 toys away from being done with buying toys. But
can I get that in writing?
Wait. You guys are married?
yeah.
Apparently.
Huh.
Should we get married?
Should we?
Maybe.
Well, I already have a husband.
Oh my God, they're announcing it on the podcast. They're announcing it on the podcast.
No, but I don't know. As a whole, yes, I'd like to have children. That's the short-term goal right now. Is I'd like to have a baby by at least by next year, at a minimum, and
we'll see.
just keep moving up in the world. That's the biggest thing I can say. Is
making a baby, she got tired, Trev.
No, I'm just. It's late.
Well,
it's late.
It is.
What time is it? I don't even know what time it is.
We got started way later than anticipated.
We did. We started. Okay, so we had like major technical difficulties at the beginning of this. It took me at least 30 minutes to figure them out. And then finally producer Carrot was able to like take 2 seconds to like help us out and do a little sound check for us. So thank God for him, because I couldn't figure it out, but we figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
We were smart. We figured out the echo before Carrot got in here, thank God, because that would have drove me nuts this entire episode. Yeah. That would have for real drove me crazy this entire episode though.
Now, I do have a question for both of you. What does it look like a year from now for this?
For this?
Yeah.
I would love to have
a year from now. In a year from now, we will have mastered the art of clipping and sharing clips and expanding. We're going to expand.
Yeah.
We're going to do better.
I really hope a year from now we're able to travel more, to do more in-person episodes.
Mm-hmm.
2, a little bit more professional grade. I mean,
short-term goal, I think, for myself is to try to accumulate a sponsor or 2 for the podcast.
Yeah.
I think that can come with time as the subscribers grow and things like that. I mean, then you get into the YouTube consumer market and things like that.
Yep.
I would really love to see us on a more professional scale, because this is still very much like an amateur thing that we're doing. I think we're doing a great job with it, being as 2 amateurs, who've never done this before. I think we've done a great job. But I'd love to see it take a little bit more of a, just because visually it'll look so much nicer when it's more, we have professional microphones and cameras and all those things. Like, obviously, like we want that, but that stuff is not cheap.
No, it's not.
So
and it's honestly, it's kind of one of those things that, like, one day it's just going to be we're doing this. We're getting this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Hopefully.
But I
That
wasn't
is what's
sure,
gonna
like,
happen. That will be eventually what we probably actually do. It's just like, well,
Yeah.
fuck it. Let's just do this. Let's go all the
Yep.
way in.
One day we'll have the conversation and it'll just happen.
and I wasn't sure if it was like if Jeremy had any plans on coming this way, or if it's going to be over lives, or us going up there from
Both
time to
probably.
time and
I
coming
mean,
down here.
I'd like to be in on this hard enough that like it can cover some expenses for like traveling. That would be
Yeah.
honestly the real goal.
Well, and I would
that
love to
make it
like
a
be
lot
able to go
easier.
up and visit Jeremy in
Yeah.
Minnesota, you know. Obviously, my second favorite football team is in Minnesota, so there's that. My grandmother was born in Minnesota, so there's that.
I'm just hoping you guys get to the point where we can take PJ's places. I'm trying to get on that private jet.
We on that PJ life. Listen, Jeremy won't get on it.
If it's a
Well, he
private
can miss
one,
out on
I
the fun.
totally would.
Oh my God. Well,
But you know
with
what
that
we have
being
to do
said,
first?
friends,
You know what we have to do first is keep the subscribers that we already. We got to keep the subscribers that we already have because we lost two. Somebody hated us.
oh, really? I wonder
Yeah.
who that was.
I don't know, but
With
giggle
that being
giggle.
said, my friends, in order to make this handsome man's dreams come true and put him on a PJ, please, please, please make sure that you go back and watch the first 10 episodes. Make sure that you go back and like
Yeah, friends.
and
Hey,
comment
friends.
and
Talking to you,
engage.
friends. Talking to you, friends.
We're talking to you specifically, friends, but also to anybody new that's in here. As always, this is you're Trevor Gronefeld on TikTok. You don't have a fun, crazy name. You're just Trevor Gronefeld.
Simple, sweet, straight to the point.
I'm Court Snort
That
on
cool cat
TikTok, and this
Trevor.
is the Toxic Jeremy. So please go back, like, subscribe, comment, engage. Come follow us on TikTok. Follow us on YouTube. I'm sorry I keep smacking you. And as always, make sure that you like that bell and click it for notifications.
Come check us
Thanks
out
so
on
much,
TikTok.
guys. Huh? Oh, yeah.
Come
Check us out on
check us out
TikTok.
on
Come hang out
TikTok.
live. Thank you, Trevor, for being here.
Thanks,
For
Trev.
going
This is
along
fun.
with your wife's crazy antics.
Fun,
Absolutely.
Trev.
The only thing I can say that I always say is adios.
Adios. Bye, guys. Thanks so much.